Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Kieran.
Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. As you can see on today's episode, we are out at the Bow River here in South Calgary. Beautiful day here. Here's Kieran doing a couple casts. It's been a while since our last video, and that's because by now we thought we might be giving it our try at ice fishing, but as you can see, it isn't exactly winter right at the moment. It is December 6th, and right now it is 14 degrees. So it is very warm out here. We're out here fishing in basically light shirts, and yes, I do know that there are some people in Alberta ice fishing right now. There are a few lakes, particularly up north or near the mountains, that are good, but I would not want to be risking it anywhere close to Calgary because the weather has been like this for the last week. We had one day that was 16 degrees. So maybe that will come eventually for us, but for now we are giving it a try once again on the Bow River. So I will put the head cam on and then talk a little bit about the gear I'm using today and show you some fishing. Alright guys, a little bit about my gear today. I am using my light action rod, spinning gear. Of course we're using our spinning rods because we don't have fly rods. We're not fly fishermen. Today I'm going with a spinner, single hook spinner. We're going to see how that goes. Kieran has started with his Swedish spoon. You'll see here no leaders. We remove the leaders because some people think they spook the trout, so we're tying these lures directly on our line. This is 8-pound test spider wire, braided line. So we're just going to try it a little bit, and even if we don't get anything today, the whole point here is we're out of the house because COVID has been a big issue, particularly for those of us here in Alberta. Really big challenge at the moment. Our cases are the highest they've been. If you guys have seen that on the news, we're sitting at about 1,600 to 1,800 cases per day in Alberta at the moment, which is really high. And so we have not been out of the house for probably 3 weeks. And the benefit of this, as you can see, if I look to my left and I look to my right, there is nobody here right at the moment. We are all alone, so there's no risk of running into anyone. It's actually pretty quiet out here right now, so that's a nice thing. So we're just going to work this stretch of water up and down here a little bit. The Bow River is notoriously tough to catch fish in with spinning gear. And you got to really know your spots, but you also got to be in places where there haven't been a lot of fishermen, where the fish have been spooked. So it's one of the reasons we picked this spot. Is there's a lot of fishermen out today. We passed 3 fly fishermen on the way over here, but there wasn't anybody down this stretch, so thought we'd give it a shot. Water's really down right at the moment from where it was when we were here this summer. We kayaked through this exact stretch this summer, and I would say the water was about 1.5 to 2 feet higher. Most of these areas, this rocky area that you can see right in front of me here was completely underwater, so right up to the weed line there. So it has come down a lot, which means finding those deeper pools can be a little bit challenging. There's a bit of a back eddy here where it goes around that spit. But we don't have waders, so it's tough for us to get close. There's some weed growth. Bright sunny day, no clouds, beautiful. Banging off rocks there, looks like a strike, but it's not. It's just bouncing off the rocks on the bottom. All right, guys. For those of you that have been with us for a while, you'll know that we started out this channel as a kayak fishing channel. We wanted to learn how to fish from kayaks because we had never done it before. And we got our sit-ins and we went out, and we've done pretty well, actually. To be honest, we haven't had very many trips where we haven't caught a fish. In the last 2 years, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 trips total where we were completely skunked. So it doesn't happen very often, which is great. There were a few trips where we only caught a couple, but we've also had some really good days out in the kayaks, and so that's been fantastic. I'd say we really are getting used to them now. You know, we've tricked them out quite a bit. We've added some additional gear. We got the fish finders in there now. We might not be done yet with the mods. There are some things that we wouldn't mind trying. There's, for example, anchor pulley systems, anchor trolleys that you can use so that you can move your anchor from the front to the back of the kayak relatively easy, depending on the direction of the wind or the current. That would be kind of handy, and I've thought about putting those on. They're relatively easy to install. So there's a couple things there that we could do. But as I mentioned at the start here, the next adventure for us might be ice fishing. Now, when we started kayak fishing, other than sitting in a kayak, it isn't that different than fishing from a regular boat, well, which I have done quite a bit of. So the learning curve with a kayak wasn't that steep. You know, they got some balance issues that you got to deal with, but other than that, it's actually pretty easy to learn. Ice fishing is a whole nother ball of wax. We have never, either of us, ever been ice fishing before. A little bit intimidated by ice conditions, and particularly here in Alberta, because as you can see, our weather fluctuates pretty significantly throughout the year, and we get Chinooks that come in that make the weather really warm like it is right now, and so you really got to be sure of the ice conditions. So there's that. We don't currently have any gear. I have started looking on things like Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace for used gear, things like ice augers, maybe even a tent. Rods, I think our ultralights, our 4-foot ultralights, are probably short enough that we could use them for ice fishing, but you never know, maybe we would want some of those shorter ice fishing rods as well. So at the end of all that, if you guys have any suggestions or hints or tips, please let us know. We are still thinking about the potential for us to get out this year. Likely, I'm thinking in late December or early January at the earliest. We just want to make sure that it's good and cold. Typically January here in Alberta, you're going to get your minus 10, minus 20 Celsius temperatures. It's really going to lock up the ice on those lakes. And then we're going to need some tips. We will definitely, if we go out, we're going to film it, and it may not be successful, but it'll be a learning process as we go. So that's probably what's coming up next for Angling Spiders. Of course, we're going to continue with other content as well. Well, I can honestly say we're better kayak fisherman than Bow River fisherman, but it's pretty nice out here, I gotta say. Come on, buddy. If I catch a fish, I'll buy you a treat.
I'm trying.
If it only it worked that way. Okay, everybody, it's I would say been about an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours since we started. We've tried a variety of different locations here up and down the river, different depths, some areas where it's running over rocks, others where it's deeper pools with back eddies, and unfortunately the Bow River continues to be challenging for us from a shore fishing perspective. We haven't had any bites, but a bad day fishing is still a great day, so not going to complain, particularly when it's nice out as is today. I would say it's actually even gotten warmer since we got here, maybe closer to 15 degrees, so that's pretty amazing for the end of the first week of December. Even though we have not been successful today, I wanted to take an opportunity to thank all of you who've been watching us on a regular basis, and any of you who happen to be new subscribers. As our regular subscribers know, we often give away prizes that typically include lures, and so we're going to launch another contest today for as a thank you for all of you guys that have continued to join us. So as I mentioned in one of our previous videos, we do want to give prizes to those who are watching our channel, so people have to stay subscribed and keep watching to see who wins and then get in contact with us. If that doesn't happen for some reason, then the prizes that we have go back in the pool for a future draw. And that's exactly what happened in this case. A few episodes ago, we tried to give away one of the 3D printed lures that was sent to us by one of our subs, EDC Preacher, with a custom paint job, and the individual that won that prize did not get in contact with us. So that lure is going back in the pool and is up for grabs once again. If that individual does contact us at a later date, we will send out a different prize. It will be an angling spiders lure, so they will still get something if they get back to us, but that prize from EDC Preacher is no longer available because we're going to give it away again. So what do you got to do? Well, this one's pretty simple. If you want a shot at winning a prize, all you need to do is give us your best guess at the total number of fish that both Kieran and I caught this season. The two people who get the closest on their guess will win the prizes, and if more than two people get the number exactly right, we will put some names in a hat. I will tell you that there were a couple of trips that we went on this year that were not really successful from our point of view. We went to one day we went to 3 different lakes, and we only caught some fish at one of the 3, and that material did not end up getting into an episode. So what that means is that not every fish we caught this year is in our episodes, which makes it a little bit trickier. Now, that being said, if you go back and get the totals from all of our episodes this season, you will get a lot closer. So good luck to everybody. We look forward to seeing your guesses, and we will get back to you guys relatively quick. We'll probably give those away on our next episode. Not sure when that's going to be, but definitely between now and Christmas. So good luck. All right, everybody, that's it for today. A tough day out here on the Bow River. This one continues to be a tough one for us for shore fishing, but we'll keep giving it a try, and hopefully one of these days we're going to land a fish on the shore of the Bow River. So With that, we're going to give it a close. Just a reminder again about that contest, so we're really looking forward to seeing your guys' guesses.
And if you like the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Until next time, good fishing.